Hello baby queers and welcome back to my channel. It is time for some more fun TikToks. But you know the drill. Before we get started, go get hydrated. Grab some water, or some tea, or whatever else you like to drink. And then we'll look at some TikToks. Are you hydrated? Good, let's go.
I'm actually non-binary. I don't want to be a girl anymore.
Well, how about that? Hey, hold on just a second. You know, I've worn this for a while, but I think it's your turn. I love you, just the way you are.
Honestly, my favorite thing about this video is just that if I saw this person on the street, I wouldn't exactly know if they are actually going to be supportive. Like some people you just look at and you just know they're going to be cool and chill. But some people you really don't know. And especially, I think with people like that, I would kind of be worried a little bit that they would be like super homophobic or something. But honestly, it's just really sweet. It's really adorable. Yeah, no, it's literally that simple. It's literally that simple. I cannot with people. So people are just gonna come for them because they're wearing clothes that they would find super sexy on a lot of other people if they're skinnier. But why? As if people don't have a sexuality and aren't allowed to show their sexuality just because they're in bodies that you don't find attractive. If you don't find it attractive, no one says you have to. But coming for them for wearing clothes is just so dumb.
Non-binary people do not owe you androgyny. They do, however, owe you a little dance or a jig.
Do I need to start dancing now? I'm not gonna do it. I'm sitting. Come on, like I'm not gonna... I'm sorry, that's about all the movement I can give you right now.
I just took my kids to the dentist and I'm sitting there filling out all the paperwork, which for all my kids, it's a lot. And on the relationship to patient, I'm putting parent for each and every one. And after I'm done, I give a huge stack like this thick, I'm not even kidding because I have a lot of kids, papers to the assistant, and they're looking through it and they say, well, can you just write mom on this line? And I say, oh, I'm non-binary. They look at me like... and then say, well, can you just write mom on the paper? And I said, I'm non-binary. I don't use mom. I'm a parent. That's what I call myself. She literally rolled her eyes at me and looked the other way and just walked off. What is this world that we live in? Why is this so complicated? I hate it here. I hate it here.
Why do you care so much? Because literally, in this context, it literally doesn't matter. Like, they put parent there. Like, what's the difference whether it says parent, mother, or father? It's all the same thing. It's literally like the same thing. They're the parent. Why do you care if they're the mother or if it just says parent? Because literally, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter in this context, like at all. And why you gotta be so rude about it as well? Like if you ask once, because maybe you just can cross out parents and then specify, and you're like, hey, maybe did you forget it? And they were like, no, I'm not binary. I just use parent as a word to describe myself. You just go, huh, okay, cool, fine. But why?
Non-binary names. And what I think you'd look like if you were a cat. This is Soup. And I know it's Soup, because I've seen a Soup that looks like this guy. I can't explain it. I just know this one's name is Suck. Y'all be crying. Y'all be crying. This is absolutely moss. I just know it is. It's moss. Bones. I mean, Bones, cool. The glasses, what a cool cat. Bones.
Why does it kind of make sense? Like, why does it kind of make sense? I'm yet to meet, like, other non-binary people with, like, really cool names. I mean, my name isn't even, like, a noun. It's just 2 letters. But still, I need to meet more non-binary people. Listen, that's all I'm getting from this. Well, thanks for nothing, brain. Thanks. It's kind of funny. Like, to me, it kind of went the other way around. I was like, I'm not a girl. I don't feel comfortable as a girl. I can't be one. That's not happening. It can't be. So I was like, I'll just come out as a trans guy. Like, it's fine. Very early on, realized that that's not actually accurate, but still. You know, most people think I'm a trans guy. Only the people who don't even know I'm trans in the first place, who apparently seem to think I'm a cis guy, which is just hilarious to me. You know, but oh well. I hope you figure it out, because it doesn't even matter in which direction anything goes. It's just annoying to not know.
Would it be alright if I said guys, gals, and non-binary pals? No, that reduces us to like a third gender, and the whole point in being non-binary is not fitting into a box. Okay, what about theydies and gentle thems? Ugh, don't ever say that again. I'm just trying to be respectful. Just say hey everyone. Oh yeah, huh?
Oh yeah, that's too easy. I guess. I'm not sure. But yeah, listen, every time I write an email and I do the whole dear madam or sir, it's kind of uncomfortable. But if you have to do it in formal, in German, what else do you say? Because I can't just be like, hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Like, I can't do that in a formal email. And it's just sad. But honestly, apart from that, I feel like talking to a group of people, and it doesn't need to be super formal. Just say, hello, everyone. You know, like, good morning, good day, whatever. Like, it's fine.
Hello, my sweet baby angel. How's your spirit? They didn't have Chromatica Oreos at Target, so instead I got you cookie dough. I know they say you're not supposed to eat it raw, but I won't tell if you won't. Well, that's a cute pin. I never saw that before. What's it say? Oh my god, I'm freaking blind. My pronouns are they, them. Honey, are you non-binary? How beautiful! Oh, baby, I am so proud of you. The journey back to the self is the journey of a warrior. And I have always known my baby, my little envy baby, to be just that, a warrior. And I am so sorry if I have ever done anything that invalidated your truth. I promise I will listen, and I will do everything in my power to honor and respect your needs. And if anyone dares to misgender you on purpose, you send them to me. You know who I'm talking about. I love you, baby.
Cute. Just adorable. Just adorable. I want to, like, sometimes adopt people as parents, because, like, I don't have that kind of relationship with my parents, and honestly, I've given up on it. I don't want a relationship with my parents really anymore, because just no. But it's just so cute. It's so adorable. Come on. And honestly, I'm not saying you have to react exactly like this, obviously, if your child or anyone else comes out to you. But to just be like, okay, hey, like, that's okay. Like, thank you for telling me, or like trusting to tell me whatever, and like listening to them about what they need or want from you. Because especially if someone's like, no, mine, you're not trans, they might want to try out like a different name of pronouns, or they know which name of pronouns they want. And to just listen to that and respect that, it should be a given, really, but apparently it kind of isn't to people sometimes. The whole, you better not be talking shit, I'm watching you. But yeah, I think we're kind of used to it. We're kind of expecting someone to say some bullshit about it. But it's just nice when people don't. And they're just like, oh, okay, cool, thanks for telling me. You know, like honestly, I think most people don't even like want you to make a big fuss when you come out to them, obviously, because like, it's just kind of a part of who you are. And for them to just be like, okay, cool, that's cool, or that's nice, whatever. Honestly, I would prefer it over like a super big reaction of someone like totally freaking out. Oh, but the posture. My God, the posture. Do you know what posture is? Because honestly, for a lot of people who bind, we don't know what posture is. I feel like mine's gotten better since I don't have to bind anymore. But before, because as soon as you're not wearing a bind, you kind of want to like compensate and hide it, so you kind of automatically hunch over because it's uncomfortable. But come on, posture. Your back is gonna thank you. Especially now that you have a binder, you might want to watch it so you don't get back pain. I kind of like this outfit. Honestly, oversized shirts in general are just kind of comfortable now, right? Like I used to wear like a lot of tight clothes, and like especially with pants, I still like wear a lot of tight pants. As far as dysphoria goes, it's kind of problematic if you have like hips and you kind of want to you don't want to wear pants that are too loose, actually, because they'll just like make you look wider. But you do kind of want to like wear straight pants probably that don't accentuate your hips, and then wear like a loose shirt, especially to hide any like bumps. Even if you wear a binder, that might still be like the bottom of my binder kind of showed a lot. Like I had this line here, you know. So kind of loose shirts, layers, just layers. And honestly, it kind of depends, because if you want to look androgynous, if you're naturally very feminine looking, you kind of want like more masculine elements, like the ones I just mentioned, to kind of balance it out. If your face or something is like more masculine or reads as more masculine, you might want to like add more like feminine elements, like maybe makeup or more jewelry or like bigger jewelry to kind of like balance it out, you know, and kind of maybe something that accentuates like your waist so it looks smaller or something. I guess there you go.
For me, I can deal with not Googling myself, not reading comments. That's something I can control. What people don't realize with trans non-binary people in the UK is it's happening in the street.
Yeah.
Like I'm being abused in the street, verbally, more than I ever have.
Across the street.
Someone spat at me, like in the street. It's crazy. Yeah.
How do you feel in that moment? Like,
If that's happening to me, and I'm famous, I'm a pop star.
yeah.
Can you imagine what other kids, like queer kids, are feeling? And it's just so sad, like, that we're in 2023 and it's still happening.
I'm trying not to be sad right now, because literally people frustrate me so much. Like, how do you care so much? You see this person, they're just walking down the street. Maybe you don't like what they're wearing. Maybe you would never wear something like this because you think it's too feminine or whatever. Fine, just move on with your day. Like, why you gotta be such a dick about it, you know? Like, they're just trying to get where they're going or taking a nice walk, whatever they're doing. Literally none of your business. Like, why do you care what they do, what they wear? Like, as long as they're not hurting anyone else. I know you like to play the whole, oh, but think about the children card. Literally, you don't give a shit about children. You just want everyone to be like you, which is just wrong and so dumb. So my God. My God. I kind of love the whole gender crisis happening because if you like condense it into a TikTok, it's funny and we laugh about it because we know what that struggle is like. Like, I think if I wouldn't know what that's like to like keep going back, I'd be like, wait, but what if I'm just reading into it? Like, maybe I'm just a man. And then I'm like, no, wait, that can't be right. That's not it. That can't be right. And I think if I couldn't relate, it wouldn't be so funny to me. But it is. And I feel like the same with sexuality, because I've just given up. I have literally just given up on labeling it. Because literally, I do say I'm non-binary. But about sexuality, I just say I'm queer. Because literally, there's too much going on. I don't care enough to explain it. It is what it is, you know. I used to care. It's kind of easier not caring, but that's easier said than done because literally people will always ask you, and I feel like if I tell people I'm queer, they're always gonna like try to come back with like follow-up questions, be like, wait, what? Like, what do you mean? Right? So I feel the struggle. Hence, I have given up on the struggle because it was too much struggle to finish the struggle, so I've just given up on it. I'm not sure that makes sense, but if you know, you know. Exactly. Like, I've seen this a lot in the opposite direction of like very femme presenting non-binary people getting a lot of shit for it, to be like, oh, but why didn't you just say you're a girl or you're a woman? Like, you look so feminine. Like, what's even the point of calling yourself non-binary? Like, dude, one is gender expression, which is whether you wear like, I'm gonna boil it down to suits or dresses, or, and like the other thing is your gender identity is what you feel your gender is. And for a lot of people, it matches up. Like, they feel like a woman and they dress kind of femininely, you know? But for a lot of people, it doesn't. Like, even for cis people, it doesn't. Like, you can be a cis woman and not even, like, want to dress or feel comfortable in, like, super hyper feminine clothes. And that's cool. And, like, I don't get, I just don't get why people care so much about what other people put on their bodies. Like, how do you even have the energy to care about what literally other people do with their lives? Honestly, as long as it doesn't affect me, or like is threatening to other people, I just don't care. Like, how do you have the energy to care so much? My God.
Gender variation isn't new. Other cultures have recognised more than two genders for millennia. Their idea of gender was never binary to begin with. Some of the earliest written records of humanity reference people who are neither male nor female. It seems like a trend in Western culture for a few reasons. 1. Access to the internet means more education and self-discovery. 2. Non-binary people have been eradicated from history, so their existence isn't common knowledge. 3. Language evolves. We find new words for ourselves. 4. More people feel able to be their authentic selves openly. It can seem like our own experience is the only way things are, and always have been. But the concept of gender has changed throughout history, and it will keep changing in the future.
This is, again, it just doesn't make sense to me. Because you know how much literally everything has changed. In the past, 100 years alone. Is it really so difficult to understand that people were always absolute assholes to people who are different and try to eradicate that? Literally, even Christians kind of wanting to eradicate every other religion is a very prime example of this, to be like, no, we are superior and our way is the only way. So we're just gonna go to all the other countries and civilize these savages because apparently our religion is a better way to live than what they have done for centuries. And along with that, kind of spread this whole two-gender binary literally everywhere. Literally. And then eradicate all knowledge of it and be like, no, that never happened. That was always only two. Listen, I will not have this slander on my channel. I won't have it. But listen, exactly. Especially people being like, oh, but it's so new. We didn't, back in my day, we didn't have all this non-binary, bisexual, polygender, whatever bullshit. No, you didn't. Because people who were even slightly different got freaking beaten to death, or just shamed so much they stayed in the closet and never dared to express that they felt different, let alone have the words for it, because you eradicated all the language that was there for these kinds of things, and now you're pretending like it's new. Why? Just why? Why you gotta be such a dickhead? You know?
Go! Whoa! Wait a second! You don't have any nipples!
Yeah, when I got my surgery, I didn't want them.
Why not?
Because guys have nipples and girls have nipples, and I don't. Let's go!
Hey, Kaylin! Meet my non-binary friend, Noah.
Or just Noah.
They use they, them pronouns.
Okay, alright, you're trying a little bit too hard.
I am he and his. Hey, Noah! I found this picture in your room. Ex-girlfriend, huh?
That's me.
This is you?
But it's so funny to me to see pictures of people pre-transition and then after. With binary trans people, it's often so much more extreme. But for non-binary people too, it's just funny. It's so funny to me. Obviously everyone looks different as a kid than they do as an adult because, well, yeah. But it's just so funny to me. And honestly, the first thing, it just kind of makes sense. Because, both men and women have nipples. So it would kind of make sense as a non-binary people to not have them. So I can kind of see why you didn't keep them. I guess. It kind of makes sense. But, yeah. I think I would still prefer someone being, the hardcore ally to constantly be like, this is my non-binary friend, they use they, them pronouns, versus someone who doesn't really care at all, just keeps messing up and just keeps calling you he, him, or she, her. You know, I don't know. It's still uncomfortable, but it's better, I suppose. is that more of a Karen cut? I don't know. Either way, I can't say anything, okay? I listen, I shaved my hair like 1.5 weeks ago. I can't say anything against that right now. I just cannot. Because I am literally almost bald myself. Like, I can't say anything against short hair right now. But the other two I didn't actually have. I'm kind of impressed.
It's it that they call themselves they, them, non-binary.
No, it's non-binary.
It's I'm trying to educate myself. Huh? Don't correct me.
I know, but it's non-binary. It's not binary.
No, it's
not. That's a Pokemon.
Pokemon.
I love this channel. Literally. She's just adorable. But I mean, if I'm learning about something or if I'm trying to educate myself on something, I would want someone to point it out if I'm pronouncing something wrong. But I still think it's so hilarious. It's like, binary. I'm non-binary now, okay? That's it. New gender dropped. You heard it here first. I'm non-binary from now on.
I'm also a non-binary person. I am, which is nice because that means I can wear the ugliest Hawaiian shirts in the world, and it's part of my journey. Like, the biggest red flag for non-binary people is our actual pride flag. Have you seen this ugly son of a bitch? It is. The colors are, in no particular order, black, white, purple, yellow. What the fuck? That's the Planet Fitness color scheme. I have to carry a flag with pride that uses the same colors as goddamn Wario. The only nice thing about that is that's how non-binary people identify each other in a crowd. We just go up to each other and we're like, wah, and that is... That's how we can... I'm gonna win. That's... I don't know. I know I'm on stage. I look pretty masculine, but here's a fun fact about non-binary people. We do not owe you androgyny. Hell yeah. And here is another fun fact. Androgynous clothing is expensive as fuck. I do not have $200 to buy a gray robe to just wear and hide from the world. If I had money, I would be on stage right now looking like Esmeralda from Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'm talking beautiful wigs, long flowing skirts. I'm fucking a guy with a weird eye, the works. Instead, I have what can best be described as GameStop assistant manager energy. It's not ideal.
Yeah, it's really not ideal. But honestly, it has a point. Like, especially if you figure it out kind of late and before you just kind of went with what was sort of expected of you. Like, more or less to be like, okay, I guess I'm a man. I'm just gonna, like, buy these clothes that, like, seem normal for people because it's just easier. Because you don't really know what's, like, going on anyway. So just, like, I have so much to figure out, like, clothes at least are my worries right now. But then you figure it out and you're just like, fuck, I want new clothes. But that just kind of takes a while, you know, because you kind of like phase it out, like maybe one at a time, but still kind of trying to find the right things that work for you and that you feel comfortable with can still take time. And clothes are expensive. So like rest stop, assistant manager energy it is, I suppose. But honestly, Wario colors is literally just true. I actually really like the color scheme. Like, I don't really like yellow as a color, but purple is kind of cool. And white and black is just, come on, why not? But the yellow, I don't really mind it so much.
If you're non-binary, do you prefer king or queen? Either. What about handsome versus pretty? For me, I prefer feminine compliments. So would you still be considered a son, brother, and uncle then? I mean, I guess it would just depend on the person, but for me, I don't mind. Oh, okay, because I always thought it was like a them child, or like a thermometer, or like ankle. No, Becky, we're not thermometers.
Them, what? What? I mean, language is complicated like that. Like in a lot of languages, words are just very gendered like that. So I suppose it can be difficult. I don't really mind being called my niece's uncle. Just because, I mean, I have only sisters, right? So this child has enough aunts. She doesn't have enough cool uncles. So I suppose that's my job now. And that's kind of okay. I still call myself the wine aunt because that's also weirdly accurate. So there you go. It honestly just so much depends on the person. This would be me as a parent. To be like, okay, you're trans, you're straight, you're gay. I don't care. That's fine. That's literally fine. But you like country music, or worse, like folk music. If it was country music, I think I wouldn't react this strongly to. But if my child comes up to me and says, I listen to folk music, I love folk music, I'd be like, no, not in this house you don't. My God. I'm joking, obviously. Not that I'm having kids, but if I had kids, I wouldn't kick them out. But I'd seriously question what happened. Like, I don't have... Well, actually, I do think I have a good music taste. I think I do. I think a lot of people don't get it, but I think I do have a great music taste. So I'd still question what happened to that. Like, it's not really inheritable, I know, but still. Like, what happened there? But still, this kind of energy is just funny. Okay, but it makes so much more sense to do this in non-binary. Because, I mean, sure. Well, actually, men and women have a lot of gender expectations too. And be like, okay, if you're a man, you better not be wearing nail polish or makeup or some stuff like that. You better have short hair. Like, it's getting less strict in general, but still, like, so many people are like that. Literally, you have no idea. I use the men's bathroom at work. You have no idea. Like, especially when I still had long hair. How many people, when I start a new job, were like, wait, what are you doing here? Or kind of are asking like, other people why there's a woman in the men's bathroom. It's so ridiculous. Literally. But still, doing it in a binary still kind of makes more sense.
Yeah, I'm non-binary, but, I try not to mention it that often. I don't want to make it my whole personality. The cashier thought I was a middle-aged lesbian woman. Gender affirmed. Look, I'm non-binary and pansexual. You can't expect me to make decisions. Every morning I have to ask myself a very important question. Do I want to fight gender norms or do I want pockets? How am I supposed to be a manic pixie dream Venbo in these conditions?
They just have a point. How are you supposed to thrive in these kind of conditions? But that just kind of counts for everyone. But again, it's just kind of funny. It's just kind of funny. I do this too. I'm just like, no, I'm too gay to do this. I'm sorry, I can't deal with this. It makes no sense, but it does. And I will not be explaining further.
I'm non-binary, but you look like a girl. Sure. So you admit it, you're a girl. Stop. Could it be possible that the way that I perceive myself may be different than the way that you perceive me? And when it comes to who knows more about who, don't you think that I might know more about what's going on with myself than you know about what's going on with myself? Then why don't you make yourself look more like a boy? Because first of all, I'm not a boy and I don't want to be a boy. Second of all, it is not non-binary people's jobs to look more ambiguous for you. Androgyny does not equal non-binary. And if non-binary looked like and was one thing, it would not be non-binary. Okay, so even though I think you look like a girl, you're not completely a girl? Yes. You're a girl.
You try your best, you know, to explain it to people. But some people just don't want to understand. Listen. Honestly, I can understand wanting to explain. Because for a lot of people, they maybe really just don't know, so they get confused at first. And that's cool, obviously. Like, if you haven't, like, really been around it, because honestly you're just, like, cis and just never had to, like, think about it, fine. That's cool. But for people who just don't want to understand, give up. I'm sorry. Save your energy and spend it on something that's nicer for you. You know, just spend it on something you enjoy, because arguing with these people is probably not something you enjoy. If you enjoy it, go off. Go off. You'll find enough people to argue with, or like explain it over and over, if you enjoy that kind of thing. I don't know why you would enjoy that kind of thing, but if you do, go off. But anyways, I really like non-binary TikToks. I really like queer TikToks. I can never keep these videos short, so you'll just have to deal with like really long videos, especially if I do TikToks. But anyways, I really hope that in all this time you at least finished your drink. And if not, you can do that now. Go up, move a little. If you're non-binary, you're supposed to give us a little groove anyway, so go do that now. Eat a snack if you haven't. And I'll be back in 3 days with my next video.